You're watching GrassRoots TV, America's first community television station.
This is Food, Music, and Friends. My name is Randy Placeres. We are going to combine rage and rigatoni today. And it's going to go to...
One, two, three, and it's just another fun track. And some of me thinking that they can fake this, but I'ma drop it at a higher level, 'cause I'm inclined to stoop down.
Rage and rigatoni. One of the all-time greats, politically charged, emotionally revved bands who are no longer, but actually came back for a little stint over Coachella, I think. Rage Against the Machine, sick band, sick band. So, this is Food, Music, and Friends. My name is Randy Placeres. If I said that already, I'm sorry. But what we like to do here is combine food and music and friends. Sandra is an amazing chef who just happens to be hanging out with me.
Trying.
Julian is another knife, we like to say in our industry. You guys like music?
I do, but I don't know anything about Rage, so I'm
Julian, we might
completely
have to school her a little bit on these guys. Zach De La Rocha, who's a Mexican boy like myself. I know you're Peruvian.
Yes.
And what's your last name?
Dabrowski.
Dabrowski. All right, so we're gonna do Rage Against the Machine. Hang out, listen to some music. I'm gonna have the honor of cooking for you guys. Hopefully you'll like it. I know you guys like to cook yourselves. We had started this water going about 5 hours ago. We're at about 8,000 elevation here in Snowmass, Colorado. This house is owned by Douglas Paley, who is an incredible local here in Aspen, Colorado. I helped design this kitchen, actually. Scout's honor, I promise. We got literature to prove it, but anyway, he loaned us his house. It's actually currently now on the market by Craig Morris. And if he sells it, I'm gonna be really sad, but maybe he'll build another one. We'll do another kitchen and keep it going. So let's get the rigatoni going. I'm gonna start cooking. Julian, is that cool? Wow, did you hear that? She said, do you have salt in that water? No, I don't, not yet. Let's do that. Salt, I had the olive oil ready too. Okay, I've heard different things about salting your pasta water. You want it to taste like the ocean, you know, some people say that. Some people actually put a rock from the ocean. I've heard that as well, sticking it in your pasta water and letting it boil and you get all this, you know, amazing flavor. I don't know how much we're gonna put in. Here's some molecular gastronomy for you, Adrian, for non-fans, for non-Adrian, right? I love that stuff. I don't know how to do it, but you know, maybe one of these days, I'll bust out the smoker, the foam, and so you're working at Little Nell, right?
I used to work.
And Ryan Hardy's, who's an amazing chef,
Great chef.
very talented guy.
That's what he's doing. He is,
Unlike myself, I don't know
just like you.
yeah.
He has his own salumis going on, his own cheeses. He's amazing. It's impressive.
We got to get him on the show. So we're going to try to get a bunch of restaurant folks from Aspen, you know, waiters, busboys, dishwashers, because I love dishwashers, chefs,
There's a lot of them in
cork dorks. I'm just kidding. Or sommeliers. I like that. I'm teasing my wine guys. I love them. seasons the pasta. That's what I heard. That's what I had this chef, Donato Loporfido, was one of my first chefs that I worked for in Honolulu. He used to make me cry, man, I swear. He would yell at me all, I mean, I guess I deserved it. I'm sure I did, you know. I was sitting on Waikiki Beach with girls and coming late for work and stuff like that. But, you know, yeah, he was from Milan, and he always salted his water, always had olive oil in it, and always yelled at me. But, you know, he taught me how to cook. Thank you, Donato.
Can you tell me you spent too much time at Femme Nu in Hawaii?
Yeah. Femme Nu is actually a gourmet salad place in Hawaii. So for some of those people who may know of Femme Nu, it's a French place. So we got our pasta down. I don't know what I never read the packaging, but I think it says like 20 minutes or no.
You got 10 to 12 minutes?
14 minutes. So you're gonna hang out with me for 14 minutes? I hope you do. El dente. What does el dente mean? To the tooth. Julian came straight to the hole. That is the correct answer. Bing! Al dente is to the tooth. You're gonna like see a little rim. When we cut the pasta, we'll cut it open, and there'll be a nice little white ring still. So you'll wanna go ahead and bite it to your tooth. We'll let that cook. What I thought about doing, Food and Wine is coming up. Welcome everybody from around the nation to Aspen, Colorado. We're so happy you're here. Nyman Ranch is one of my clients this year. We'll be cooking for them. They provided us with some bacon, uncured bacon. No nitrates, no hormones, all vegetarian fed. So that'll be a part of our little pasta today, you know? Now you do what they told you. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with bacon. Fat is flavor, is what I heard. So let's actually, we peeled some shrimp. I thought about throwing some shrimp in there. We definitely got the applewood smoked bacon. We'll turn on Dougie's flame. So maybe we'll make a little bouillon, court bouillon, yeah? Go ahead and we'll take the shells. It's so distracting, my show, with this amazing music. I'm really sorry if you guys like just want to start a pit and then start to cook. It's not my fault. All right, so let's see. Let's start off with, I don't know. I'm not a classically trained chef. I just cook. You know, I love to cook, and I've worked in restaurants for a large part of my career. I don't even have a knife around here, but I'll find one. So I know that we'll put a little white wine. I want a flaming hot pan. Let's see, we got some white wine we stole from Doug's, we didn't steal, we actually borrowed it. I'm gonna get him some nice Sauvignon Blanc. Let's do that. The pasta, I turned it off. Thank God you're here. A little citrus. We have the shells. We're just gonna let that go. You wouldn't really want to put the pasta water in there, huh? That would kind of, maybe a little bit. Yeah, we'll let this go with a little bit of this. McCormick Spices is also one of our clients. They sent me this beautiful peppercorn melange, and it has green, white, pink, and black peppercorns. Huh? Julian, you went to school for culinary arts, right? And you did as well? Damn it. Stay in school, kids.
Art Institute of Philadelphia.
The Art Institute of Philly.
Philadelphia, yes, sir.
What are some of the great restaurants of Philly?
Some of the great restaurants in Philadelphia. Let's see. You got the flagship. You got Lebec Fin. Some George Perrier. Let's see what else you have. What else is up and coming in? You have Amada. Great chef Jose Garces.
Yeah?
Some great stuff in Philly.
That's cool, man. That's one thing about like restaurant industry folks, man. It's such a small community. Once when I was in Chicago at Trio, like everybody knew everybody from New York and California, and especially in Chicago. we were all cool. I just wanted to hear that again. All right, so I'm gonna throw this little chili in there. I know that's not really part of the cordon bleu, but you know, let's spice it up.
You have a little heat. That's nice.
Okay, so we'll take a little bit of this water. I don't really have a ladle, and that's not gonna fit. What am I gonna do? Here, this is what we do, right? And we'll probably just let this white wine, we'll let the shells go. How about some parsley? Little aromatics for you back at home. You start to smell this wine, you start to smell the lemon, a little bit of the herbs, and obviously the shrimp shells. Okay, you stirred my pasta, I saw you. She got my back. See, Donato would yell at me for this. Why aren't you using a wooden spoon, he would say. Why aren't you using the wooden spoon? He loves wooden spoons for everything. Sorry about that, chef. I'll put a little bit of shallots. We might want a little bit of shallots. Well, that looks pretty good, huh?
You got lemon going on? You got a lemon peel or something?
Yeah, I got the whole. What do you think about these seeds? We should have maybe take the seeds, maybe add a little bitterness. So don't be lazy like me and take out, you know, make sure you take out the seeds because it may add a little bitterness. Little small tip. Let's turn on this. You need a chip. Who's seen Rage Against the Machine? You have nothing? All right. So Zach De La Rocha is like this crazy politically charged kid from LA, I think. The battles from LA. This is actually, look at this, just by looking at this album.
Yeah,
This is politically charged stuff, man. This was, I think, this is a very famous picture, huh?
It was a
sure it
protest.
is, but where,
There's
where
a
is
protest.
A bunch of Buddhist monks set themselves on fire. I can't remember what they were protesting, but it's a very famous photograph.
And we apologize for not knowing the exact meanings for that. It was the war. It was the war. It was the Vietnam War. Battle of Los Angeles. We'll have to jump into this. Maybe you could jump on and turn that baby on.
So what's
Pasta's still
the guy?
going.
No, this guy. What's the name of the guy that started?
Oh, Zach De La Rocha, and do you know any other guys in the band? The whole band went and after this band broke up, they started with Chris Cornell. Come on, yes you do. It was called. I know somebody out there knows. What is it called? Audio Slave, man. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, some information
We can just bump this out, or maybe a little bit. I forgot to turn this pan on. Let's turn it on. What do you think about hot pans? An old chef, what?
A chef that I work with, Barkley.
Barkley Dodge.
Yeah.
Hi, Barkley. I
used
love
to
Barkley.
Really, really hot pans, and the way he does it is just tiny bit of water.
And if it bounced around and danced around like it's listening to Rage Against the Machine, it was ready, right?
And season as you go. That's another tip from him.
Yeah.
Season as you go. Salt.
Yeah, and for some of those of you who don't know who Barkley Dodge is probably the best chef in town, I think, or one of them. We had a food fight, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard
we
about
had a
that.
food fight. It was like an Iron Chef style local thing, and he beat me. But his mom and stepdad were in the audience.
Oh, that's the point.
But I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. All right, so we got a hot pan for Barkley. We'll test that with a little bit of water. I like to just touch it. Make sure I'm alive. Okay, I'm alive. We're looking good. I'll put this back here, all clad. They want to sponsor me. All right, let's cut some of this bacon. I did put the peppercorns in there.
So whenever you cook bacon, do you save it hot for anything? For breakfast or fry your eggs?
Yeah, it's great for my cholesterol. We don't worry about that. As long as you eat and you do things in moderation, you're fine, right? That's how the Europeans have been doing it. For this particular dish, we're just going to keep the fat in it. You know, We'll pull everything out. We'll cook everything in. We're not going to put any olive oil in this pan, so we will take the fat from the bacon. And I think that's probably a hot pan. It's not super, super dancing hot, but if you could hear it, you're doing good. Let's turn on Dougie's fan here. So these nitrates, so no, all this great product that they're not, using these hormones and, things that are not very good for us. It's really nice to see these beef companies, and farms actually keeping it natural. I like to say, you heard the saying? Sustainable. Don't panic. It's organic. All right, so we'll let this go a little bit. I wish I did have a wooden spoon. We could add a little bit of garlic maybe in a little bit. How about like right now? Does it sound good? And then, usually I like to cook from the cuff. I mean, we bring stuff and we kind of have an idea. If it makes it into the dish, great. If it doesn't, that's cool too. You want to put some Battle of Los Angeles there? I'm going to cut some shiitakes because I like shiitakes. I think it would go nice with bacon. Yeah. You guys like mushrooms? Not the kind that make you dance, Julian. Fun guy? You are a fun guy, dude. This is true. Is it? Have you ever heard of with spaghetti? Spaghetti, where you grab it and you're supposed to throw it against the wall, and if it sticks, it's supposed to be ready? It's done, right? I've done that at home, and my daughters are like, that is so crazy. But they laugh at me. Or white. That's what we're talking about. Can you get the shot? It's burning my fingers. Okay, I'll wash my hands. Let's drain that, baby. You're right. That is to the tooth. That is al dente. All right. Should we shock this after that? What do you think? Huh? I think so too. And what, for the people at home, what is shocking? That was a loaded question. Yeah, throwing something very cold, ice water or cold water, to stop the cooking process. So we'll do that over here. We'll take this rigatoni, which has a lot of liquid. We got some cold Rocky Mountain Snowmass water, some of the best in the world. All right, we'll just let that stop for a second. Come back to this stuff. You know what I really like to do? And if it looks like something's burning, take it off the flame. We're not burning yet, but I'm gonna deglaze it. I could have deglazed it with our Court Bouillon, which I probably will at the end. Another thing you could have done to add flavor, add a little bit of olive juice. Let's just let that go.
Randy, when you're deglazing the pan, what exactly is that doing?
Man, that's a great question. The textbook answer, I have no idea. But what I think I know, or what I think I may know, is that everything is sauteing and everything is like cooking and hanging out, sticking to the pan. So when you add your braising liquid or white wine or water, for some people, if you don't have any of this stuff, you should. But if you don't have even water, and you deglaze it, it lifts everything up off the pan, right? It pulls up all the flavors, all the seasoning, all the salt, all the garlic, all that good stuff, which it looks like it's doing. You know what we don't have, which would be cool, is butter. But I could probably find some. So now what I'm thinking is, what should we do with the shrimp here? Should we saute it and add it in? Let's do this, all right? We'll let this reduce, which is another one of our cooking techniques, or cooking terminology, I guess. So when liquid almost becomes dry, right? Or, well, we want it al sec, which means almost dry. So when this liquid, after deglazing, becomes almost dry, we'll add the shrimp in. We'll salt it a little bit, mix it around. We'll season it with some of the McCormick spices. The smoked paprika would be good. Let's go ahead and I'm just gonna. That's for you, bro. We put a little heat. I just put a little serrano chili in there. Now this is smelling. Now it's starting to smell. Now I'm starting to like it. Everything's browning up. There's some beautiful flavors in there. We're almost dry. So I'm gonna take some of this beautiful McCormick spice. This is a smoked salt flavor. Don't ask me how. I'm assuming that they smoke it. We should find that out. That's a good question. So for any of you people down at home, if you have any ideas for food, music, and friends, you could email me, because we're always trying to come up with cool stuff, you know, that rhymes or flows off, like Lamb and Led Zeppelin, Veland Van Halen, Duck and Dr. Dre. You know, if you come up with any one of your favorite bands, I don't know. People here in Aspen may like leftover salmon, but I won't serve leftover salmon. That email is placeres4@cs.com, and that's PLACERES, the number 4, at C as in Charlie, S as in Sam. So let's cook this really quick. Shrimp doesn't take very long. It's starting to smell really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and restrain this pasta. It's still a little warm. Oh, thank you. So when you get the rigatoni, you want to make sure you get all the water out, because that's one of the great things about rigatoni. It holds in sauces, right? The ridges hold in sauces, and so does the whole. So let's do this shrimp, baby. And once it's pink, look at that. And you're cooking the shrimp all the way through, right? The pinkness. You don't want to see any gray. That's definitely no gray. So once it's pink, it's done. We're getting there. Maybe I might throw a little bit more olive oil in there. Can we do a little olive oil? All right, so do I have a little strainer? Yeah. Dougie's got everything. So let's deglaze with our beautiful bouillon. That will actually help steam it, and it'll finish off. It'll finish it off, right? Don't be afraid to cook it. So what I like to do now, so this is still pretty actually warm. We could actually toss it. Let's toss it in now. Let's see. We got some heat. Well, let's finish it with a little bit of wilted arugula. Should we do a little zest of lemon? Yeah? We'll do a squeeze of lemon. I'd like to do a little more olive juice, maybe. Let's just toss some olives in there. Okay. Rigatoni down. You guys ready to eat? You want to try this out? Yeah. Let's go ahead and plate this now. We got some plates here. Ooh, let's put it on a beautiful platter. How about that? Then I'll feed you guys after that. Because I like to see these colors, man. I just want to see what this is going to look like. We don't really have a bowl accessible, but. So this has been Rage Against the Machine and Rigatoni, man. It's another episode of Food, Music, and Friends. If you like it, please tune back into GrassRoots TV, the oldest free-range television studio in the nation. Love these guys. Shave some of this, maybe. You like Parmesan? Reggiano? Can I do it? So like the Aspen snow. Oh my God. Finish off with a little more smoked paprika. It's like how your mama makes. All right, y'all. Thank you for coming. We could wrap this one up. This has been Rage Against the Machine with Rigatoni. My two good friends over here, Food, Music, and Friends. This is Julian.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do this.
Sandra, thank you for coming. Everybody at Food and Wine Magazine, welcome to Aspen. Thank you for coming back. Oh, I'll just eat this one. And long live Rage Against the Machine. Bon appetit. No, you go ahead. I eat with my fingers. Who actually may sell this house someday.